Dogs have one of the most powerful senses of smell in the animal kingdom. In recent decades, efforts have been made to use this for the benefit of humanity, which is why we see them working in detecting illicit substances in search and rescue missions, as well as in disease detection. And the good thing is that science has determined that dogs can detect some diseases with a high success rate. Hello friends, welcome. Today we will be learning about 6 diseases that your dog can detect. And if you have any similar experiences with this topic, remember to share your opinion in the comments. Let's get started. Before we begin, it's important to clarify that if your dog starts sniffing a part of your body, it doesn't necessarily mean you are sick and should immediately go to the doctor. In most cases, when this happens, it's either because the dogs are trained for it or because they belong to breeds with a heightened sense of smell. To be sure, if you feel that your dog's behavior changes and they are very insistent on smelling you, there's no harm in visiting your trusted doctor. Number 1. Dogs can sniff out cancer. In 1989, a man told doctors that he decided to visit the clinic after his dog wouldn't stop sniffing a part of his leg very insistently. The man was very lucky because it turned out to be a malignant melanoma still in its early stages. Since then, people around the world began to consider the possibility that dogs' sense of smell could be used to detect cancer in people early and thus increase survival rates among those affected. To detect cancer, dogs have to smell biological samples from patients, such as blood, urine, feces, or breath. The organization Medical Detection Dogs explains that dogs, thanks to their powerful sense of smell, are capable of detecting volatile organic compounds, which are small particles produced by tumors and present in the bodies of those affected. Additionally, each type of cancer has its own nanoparticles. A study published in the journal Science Daily revealed that dogs have a 97% accuracy rate in detecting blood samples from people with cancer. So, if you notice that your dog smells you very often or starts whimpering after doing so, there's no harm in visiting your doctor. Number 2. They can sniff out diabetes. Dogs can detect fluctuations in blood sugar levels, even without formal training. There's even a group called Diabetes Alert Dogs, who, after 4 months to a year of training, can detect it without any problems. The first thing they are taught is to recognize a drop in sugar levels, even though it's the most difficult process, because it poses the most risk to the patient. It's worth noting that this is not the only thing they are capable of. They also detect both increases and decreases in blood sugar levels, not only in the person they are with, but in anyone who experiences it. Through positive reinforcement, rewarding them when they do well, and without punishment, they learn best. With approximately 20 minutes notice and thanks to their sense of smell, these dogs, acting as true medical alerts, are specially trained to warn their human companion when glucose levels are below 60. Number 3. They can sniff out migraines. Migraines cause one of the most intense pains someone can feel, and it's not uncommon for those who suffer from them to end up doing nothing and seeking immediate rest. A study published in the journal Psychology Today revealed that people who suffer from migraines notice a change in their dog's behavior during a period of pain. The study shows that about 54% of participants associate headaches with their pets. Among the actions dogs may take are starting to pant, whimper, move back and forth, or even start barking at the person out of the blue. This allows the person to prepare. Remember that migraines have no cure and can last a lifetime, but being one step ahead allows the person to organize everything and take the appropriate medications to make the pain a little more bearable, and also petting the dog helps relax them a bit more. Number 4. They can sniff out narcolepsy. A study led by Dr. Luis Dominguez of the Institute for Sleep Disorders Research, in collaboration with the Canine Service of the Civil Guard of Spain, found that people with this condition emit a specific smell that can be detected by properly trained animals. To achieve this, the first thing done was to give some sweaty shirts to dogs that did not achieve any success. After that, it was decided to remove the scent of perfume, detergent, and others to see if progress could be made. And indeed, favorable results were achieved. It was shown that people who also suffer from narcolepsy emit a different smell. Narcolepsy takes an average of 5 to 10 years to be detected, and the earlier it is diagnosed, the better for the patient. With an incidence of 1 narcoleptic per 2,000 people, it's important to remember that most affected individuals are undiagnosed, and this is a problem because with the right medication, they can achieve a good quality of life. And that's where dogs are doing a great job in preventing this. Number 5. They can sniff out a heart attack. If someone is about to have a heart attack, they release sweat that is perceptible to the animal. Even some reptiles also perceive these scents, and their attitude changes when near certain people. Some animals know minutes before what's going to happen and may try to act in their own way to prevent it. Heart attacks are one of the most common causes of death worldwide, which is why several research studies are being conducted to determine the effectiveness of dogs and also the time people have to call emergency services. An additional piece of information about this disease is that experts from the University of Seville in Spain reported that after conducting several studies, they found that 5 years after suffering a heart attack, the mortality rate for those with a dog is 17%, while in patients without pets, it increases to 43%. And number 6, stress and fear. It's no coincidence that since ancient times, the ability of dogs to smell fear or stress was recognized, and it seems that this connection occurs through an increase in cortisol, the stress hormone. Researchers at Queen's University in the UK conducted a study where they determined that dogs were able to differentiate samples from people who had shown stress from those who had remained relaxed. Throughout the test, the authors, after confirming how dogs detect the smells associated with stressful situations, emphasized that this finding, in addition to deepening the relationships between humans and dogs, could have important applications for training dogs capable of helping people with anxiety or post-traumatic stress disorder. What do you think? Here's a video that YouTube says is perfect for you. Well, that's all for now until next time.